M&Ms have gone trans. They're trans. They're not transitioning from one sex to another sex. They're not transitioning necessarily from dark chocolate to milk chocolate, say. Certainly not white chocolate. Could you imagine how racist that would be? But the M&Ms are going woke. Mars Incorporated, the candy company that owns M&Ms, gave an announcement yesterday. They said, "We took a deep look at our characters, both inside and out, and have evolved their look, personalities, and backstories to be more representative of today's society. As the world changes, so do we. The characters are now going to have, quote, a fresh, modern take on their style and more nuanced personalities to underscore the importance of self-expression and power of community through storytelling, because today's, quote, more dynamic, progressive world demands it." We are talking about candy-coated chocolate bites, and we are getting a dissertation on the progressive nature of our society. Why are they doing this? I actually think there's something deeper going on in this story than just the silliness of a piece of candy going trans. Mars says, quote, "Studies show our desire to belong is as strong as our desire to be loved, and that desire is common for all people, irrespective of culture, race, ethnicity, geography, or location." Again, this release coming from a candy bar company. They showed, the Mars company showed a glimpse of this new program in an Instagram video. They say, "We're on a mission to create a world where everyone feels they belong, using the power of fun. Join us for all fun kind. Head on over." So they're saying this world is progressive, so inevitably the world is going to move more in the leftist direction. It's the same sort of thing that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the rest of the Democrats are assuming when they say that elections that they lose will be illegitimate. They're saying the world is inevitably going to become more progressive, and it's good that it's going to become more progressive. And so anytime that progress with a capital P is impeded, by definition, something has gone wrong. By definition, that election is illegitimate. But what M&Ms are pursuing right now, what our society is pursuing right now, is two contradictory objectives. They say that they want more self-expression. They also say that they want more commonality, community, and sense of belonging. You can't have both. You can't have both. Those are at odds with one another, and our culture is radically pursuing both, and it's why we're tearing apart at the seams. M&Ms, much like our cultural leaders, our candy and our cultural leaders, want us to pursue radical self-expression. Meaning, if you're a man and you think you're a woman, then you better dress up in dresses, you better wear high heels, you better rub some lipstick all over your face. Frankly, you should probably mutilate your body, you should go under the knife, you should pump yourself full of hormones, because that's your true self-expression. Now, I don't think that really is your self-expression. I think that yourself is more than just your delusions. I think your body has something to do with yourself. I think reality has something to say about yourself. But in the views of our modern world, the cultural leaders say, whatever whim or fancy you've got, you need to express that. But also, gosh, we're all so lonely. We're also isolated. We don't even seem to be able to speak to one another anymore. We don't seem to speak a common language, and so what we really want also is community. We all want to be included. We want to be together. But if everybody is off, speaking their own language, not talking to one another, not regarding the demands or views of their neighbors, if everyone is off forming their own, to quote Anthony Kennedy in one of the dumbest Supreme Court decisions ever, Planned Parenthood v. Casey, which has a lot to do with what we're talking about right now, because we're here in DC at the March for Life. If everyone's doing that, forming our own concept of existence, we can't have community. We've got to find a middle ground here. We've got to pick, frankly, because we've gone so far in one direction that we don't have anything left in the other. We've gone so far down the radical self-expression rabbit hole that we don't have any community left anymore. And so the answer to this is to limit self-expression. The answer to this is to place some limits upon this mistaken view of liberty we have, which is nothing but licentiousness and delusion. It's a problem not just for the left is pushing it, obviously. It's a problem for the right, too. I'm so glad that you liked that clip. I liked it as well. If you want to get more of those videos, ring the bell. subscribe, get the notifications, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Type in The Michael Knowles Show, boom, subscribe, leave a 5-star review if you wouldn't mind. We'll see you next time.